1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 6 of the Purpose Pro Podcast. Our mission is to connect you to your unique design and purpose. If you love learning simple, effective ways to lead yourself and others well, this is the podcast for you. In this episode, we have an interview with the one and only Chris Graham. What's up, Chris?
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Good. Man, I'm excited to dive in. Let's just kick it off. So tell us a little bit about like what you do and how you got there.
Yeah, so I work for a company called Rivian. It's a kind of like an adventure vehicle manufacturer. So it's just like basically all about living your life on the adventure. And so like building vehicles that can basically sustain like the craziest of conditions. So I'm a service operations manager for them. So when your vehicle breaks, I basically help like build that infrastructure of what that looks like. So
crazy.
Yeah.
Now, not just like adventure vehicles, but are they all electric?
They're all electric, yeah, exactly. So, they can range over about 300 miles now, so like standard. So
It's crazy. And how did you get into this?
Yeah, so I started my career in the automotive field just kind of, as like a service advisor and just started investing in my future there and moved up to be a manager. And then Tesla kind of just like blew the doors open of like this new innovative company. So I hopped over to Tesla and just kind of started helping them build their structure for service. And then Rivian eventually come knocking on my door. So.
Nice. Okay, so thinking back on Halo, rates the Warthog as an adventure vehicle.
Oh yeah, that's like what we're like our pinnacle. Like that's what we're headed towards. It's
Okay.
Like the Warthog, yeah. Like
So
standard Turek and everything. Like
when Halo happens, it's your fault. Well, cool. Let's jump in with some rapid fire questions, starting with the question by which we judge all interviewees.
Oh man.
What is your favorite movie of all time and why?
Yeah, this is a toss-up between like the Lizzie McGuire movie, super strong, and no, actually, it's That Thing You Do with Tom Hanks. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. It's so good. It's great.
What? There's a Tom Hanks movie I haven't seen.
It's incredible. Yeah,
You have homework.
That Thing You Do.
Yeah.
Who else is in that?
Tom Everett Scott.
Strike two.
Yeah, I was closer on Lizzie McGuire. What does that say about me?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's set in the early 60s, and it's
Okay.
basically a garage band that's formed in their garage, and then how they rise quickly through like all these tours. Basically, it's similar to like how the Beatles and like that rise happens quickly.
Okay.
But it's just it's one of Tom Hanks's like earlier production films. It's really good.
Nice.
It's in the 90s.
Tom Hanks can do no wrong. Okay, question 2. Outside of Lizzie McGuire, who do you look to as a guide or a mentor and why?
Yeah, I have a good friend that I worked with at Tesla and then now at Rivian. Just an awesome guy. Yeah, his name's Peter. And really he's just invested a lot of his time in me. You know, I've always been curious and like always have a mentality of like seeking to learn more about everything. And he's just always there, someone I can lean on and grow me. So
Sweet. All right, we jump in the ultimate adventure vehicle, DeLorean, and we hit 88 miles per hour, go back in time. We run into 8th grade Chris. Mm-hmm. What is 8th grade Chris like?
terrible haircut. I mean, so nothing's changed, right? No, I mean, big time into like suede suits, like Echo, Echo brand. And,
ECKO.
Yeah, I think that was it was like right after my like Jinko stage. You remember that with the giant pockets? And,
The
like,
evolution. I wish I could
so
forget.
Good.
Okay, besides fashion advice, what advice do you give 8th grade Chris?
Yeah. Really, I mean, I think to invest my time, like invest more than time, invest like into relationships, into financially, right? Like, really just to put more of myself into whatever I'm doing. I figured that out, I guess, later in life. That just you throw yourself into something and with your passion, your heart, and your soul, and you usually prevail in some fashion. So I think that's the biggest thing that I could teach myself.
Awesome. All right, so what is the most important skill a leader should have today?
So I think it's kind of I'm gonna cheat and say two things. Sorry,
it's a toss-up.
It is what it is. Yeah. So I think vision's incredibly important. Anytime you're trying to do anything, whether it's starting a business, having a team together to accomplish a goal of any sort, a vision is just super, super important. Everyone needs to buy into it, and it needs to be very clear. I think the second thing, which is really having an ability to communicate effectively, right? You can have an amazing vision, you can have this awesome business plan, but if you can't communicate that effectively in multiple levels, whether it's, just like banter back and forth to all the way to PowerPoint presentations or whatever, platforms you're using, I think that's like the biggest thing. I've met a lot of people that have such great talent, but just simply can't communicate effectively and really, take that next step in their career. No.
I can see how that was a natural design in yours. We're going to get into that, kind of some of your theme. And what would you say, like, that's still something you have to develop, right? That communication especially?
Yeah, I think that it's almost a muscle that you're just constantly working out and growing, for sure. Because, number one is like knowing your audience. Like that's something that you definitely have to, a trait you have to pick up over time, But yeah, it's something that you definitely have to, a muscle you have to always work out, in my opinion.
All right, let's dive in. We ready?
Yeah.
All right, here it goes. Here it goes. So we are looking at, we had you fill out our survey. We haven't had any talks prior to this. It's normally not how our workshops go. We normally dive into this in way more detail. So this is just rough pass. Okay. We have a few themes that we see, and you're really just going to let us know a thumbs up, thumbs down kind of thing. Or like, wait, where'd you get that from kind of deal.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So here are the themes in no particular order. Theme number 1 in your unique design, original thinking. So creativity comes up a lot, but there's a lot of different ways to express creativity. And so having original thought toward an idea, a subject matter, a solution, it seems like one of the themes in your design is a preference to think originally about a subject or an idea.
Yeah.
True or false?
100% true.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, theme number 2, enthusiastic leadership. Now, when I say enthusiastic, I don't mean you're like carrying pom-poms around and like, go team, go. I think enthusiasm is a form of passion. It's an energy that comes from you. And you're willing to be in the front. You don't have to be pushed into the front. You're seeing moving parts, and you're willing to be the guy who brings those together and says, follow me as we get this done. It's almost like one part optimism, but one part passion, and just the willingness to see it and grab hold and move forward. So I think there's an enthusiasm behind the way you lead. Is that true or false? I've never worked for you.
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
Okay. Okay, sweet. Number 3, driven focus. So again, driven is another word that can kind of be with passion and enthusiasm. It's something that comes up a lot because it's one part maybe determination, commitment, loyalty, but when you latch onto something, there's like a driven, like hyper focus on I'm all in, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, sweet. Where am I? Number 4. 4. Okay.
But you did one. Actually, you did 1, 2, and then 5. So now you can do 3 or 4.
What did I do? 1, 3, and 5? Oh, I'm all over the place. Okay. Okay. So, okay, I said original thinking, driven focus, enthusiastic leadership. Here I am. I know. Back on my notes page. I'm with you. Okay. This one might be a little weird. Pastoral care. Okay. So, now, we did have you take a spiritual gifts test, right? And so I want you to think of the pastor, and the biblical definition of the word pastor is somebody who more shepherds and looks over a flock or a community, right? And so you can think of it in terms of the workplace too. Like, is somebody who is willing to get at a certain, like get in the trenches with somebody in a way and say, okay, let's put work aside. What's going on? How are you doing? Like there's something in your design that wants to care for the people around you at a deeper level. And the pastoral gifting is part commitment too, because it's one that's saying, hey, no, I'm here for the long haul. I'm investing in you, and caring for you in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's spot on.
Okay. Last but not least, independence. Okay. So, it's one part autonomy. That's one part, a motivator of ownership. But it's also another part of, hey, just give me something, stay out of my way, and let me do it. Independence in your design.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Strong.
Okay, we got 5 check marks.
There we go.
All right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put them together in a very imperfect way.
Okay.
Okay. And it's taking themes and it's almost creating a mega theme. So a smushing together as a sentence. And let's pretend we're introducing you for the first time to a group of people. So we might say something like this, and what you're hearing is this really accurate? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Mr. Chris Graham here. Chris Graham is a energetic leader who thrives in autonomous environments where originality and focus are needed to impact people and processes. I'll say that again. An energetic leader who thrives in autonomous environments where originality and focus are needed to impact people and processes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, you need to write my LinkedIn profile.
We're hired.
That's it.
Throw it up there. Your crystal ball was right.
He just to maybe open up a line of revenue for us that we aren't thinking about. Like, we're doing away with this free podcast stuff. Download this free. Download that free. Take our course for free. Maybe we ought to charge for that.
Purpose statement for your LinkedIn. Here we go.
Oh, my God. Okay. So
Dating profiles. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Oh, my gosh. Why aren't we writing dating profiles? We didn't even think of that.
I mean,
well, you're married, right? So we can't divide.
Yeah.
We can't do a dating profile for you. Yeah. Sorry, ladies. He's taken. Okay, so what we want to kind of move into is now, like, the way you lean into some of your unique design and how you've found success. So when you think about it, and again, you don't have to use the themes that we're calling out here, but when you think about why you've had success at Tesla, now Rivian, in the workplace in general, what is it about how you're owning who you are that works so well?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. I think one of the things is sort of that pastoral mindset that you mentioned. Yeah. I kind of look at my life very much that I'm on a hike with my friends, like a posse almost, of group of, so like, everything I do is basically centered around for my success around my family, success around my friends, around the groups that I'm around. So I think that's the thing that drives me, is not only this desire to achieve whatever goal I have, but it's also to always make sure that I'm making others proud of me, and I think that making a life that they would be proud of, to be a friend with, and things along those natures. So but how I really lean, I guess, into more of my skills or my being, I guess, would be more towards I'd say probably my passion and my drive. I mean, those are the things that when I step into scenarios that I'm just very, very like uncertain of or unsure of, I just kind of cling to that thought of just I'm gonna get through the weeds. I'm gonna figure this thing out, and I'm gonna see it all the way through. And I usually have success in that direction. So yeah.
Yeah. And so on your journey, like this leadership journey or this career journey, like there've been times in the past where things just weren't lined up like they are now.
Oh, I mean, all the time. I mean, they're not lined up now, right?
Yeah.
I think that, which is actually something that you have to always, keep in perspective as well, is you always have this direction that you want your life to go, or like these goals that you want, but you realize sometimes these doors will shut. It's happened to me. Quick story I'll share is like, I had this just dream, this passion of moving to California and being, on top of the world, living in LA and running the game, and some doors shut on me, and to where I had to come back to Texas, and I look at it, it's such a positive because it allowed me to like take and really gather myself and figure out that next step. And it led me to this amazing journey now with the company I'm at now. And honestly, it allowed me to rekindle some amazing friendships and such as well. So I think, to tie it all back, I think the biggest thing is just to be open and to realize that like there's going to be times where doors shut, and you just got to take life as it is and keep pushing on.
Yeah, it's good. Mm-hmm. So thinking about some of those things that derail us or would take us out, like those things that could hold us back, things that would get us stuck, right? What are some of the things that have gotten you stuck or do get you stuck, and how do you get unstuck?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the big things is imposter syndrome, right? Like anytime I'm stepping into like a new role or a new job or something, you always kind of, or a challenge, you're initially faced sometimes with this like, am I like the right person for it? Was I chosen? Like, did they see something in me that I'm just not seeing? And I think that sometimes will get me a little stuck, and then you really just got to lean into the thing that makes you, right? And sorry, I'm sure that's a follow-up question right after that, but to get out of that is really is just to lean into what you know, and your confidence and the things that got you there, and I think that's what really, and getting back to the fundamentals of what you do. I think I'm a huge sports fan. I've realized like all the slumps that people get into, it's getting back to the fundamentals, like what makes you, and you're going to come out on top.
Can you fix my jump shot? I will pay you if you can fix my jump shot.
Remember what he said about closed doors?
Oh,
it's a closed door.
Probably just close that door.
All right. Worth a try.
I did not have the lean into what's you question next, but now I feel like I should.
I think it's interesting when you think about, and I think we can all relate to that imposter syndrome in a way. I think that's a really good way to put it. I never heard it expressed like that before. But why do you think, if you could pick the number one quality as to why people have hired you for very significant roles, and you're not an old guy. If you're listening, you can't see Chris's youthfulness here, right? But man, you've had very fast success at a younger age than most. What do you think is the thing that people say, yeah, this is why I want Chris?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to put on paper. I think life is made with a few key moments, and it's how you capitalize on those moments. I think that a lot of that is to do to my success. So, it's all about that staying ready, so that way you never have to get ready, right? So in a moment where life may open a door, a possibility, I'm just always ready with, not being fearful of any challenge. As to what they probably see on paper or what's kind of allowed me to open those doors or at least get in front of someone, right, is honestly just I think it's just I market everything that I've done and that I've created or I've built. Whether it's from being in a garage band all the way to starting a small independent company with a friend. I think that this day and age is changing where it's not as much about chasing degrees or chasing higher levels of education when it comes to like institutions. It's all about how can this one person be dropped in the middle of fully autonomous job and build and create. And I think that's the thing that you can look at my resume and you can see that everything I touch, I give it my all and I push all the way through, and I've seen it at least from start to finish. Yeah,
I love that. Like the people that I value and I try and surround myself with, the people that encourage me, I call them schemers and dreamers, and I feel like that's you to a T. We should start a support group, but. How do you start to recognize those moments or those opportunities around you, whatever they may be? Because I don't even know that you're just like limiting to the career field. Yeah. The last time we talked about crypto and NFTs and family and all sorts of things. Yeah. So how do you keep an open eye to opportunities coming? And how do you prepare yourself to be ready when that moment comes?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I mean, I think pick someone's brain, and anyone that you meet, pick their brain about there's always something to learn from someone, which naturally creates networking, which naturally opens many, many doors. I mean, networking alone is it's the way to go, right? But more so, I think that if you always have this mentality to seek to understand and always present yourself, or seek to learn, I think that you always come across and you're always presented in a way that people are just naturally wanting to just work with you. And naturally, it's so much fun to teach someone something, right? Really, I think the biggest thing is just to stay open and really looking for these new opportunities, But.
I love that because, the solution to imposter syndrome, feeling like I might not be the right person or I'm in over my head or I don't have confidence, isn't to, fake it till you make it. It's actually to ask questions and learn. Yeah. And then that pulls other people in the mix. Cool. Okay, so what are some goals you have upcoming? Young family.
Yeah.
Daughter.
I have a young daughter.
Career. How old is your daughter?
9 months.
Oh, wow. Okay,
really young. Yeah. She is gonna walk any day now. So I'm really excited. Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest goals that I have right now are personal and professional. They kind of line up right now, which is I really want to take a step back from the grind in the next 5 years and really build something that's something that I can pass down to my family, or down to her, or down to maybe possibly a sibling. So I think that's really the area I want to go in. And honestly, I'd like to answer what I don't know yet. But I'm just staying open to opportunities, and really something one day will spark me so much to go get rid of everything else I'm doing, and this is where I'm going, and I'm just going to stay open until I find it.
And you'll be ready for that moment.
I'll be ready for that moment.
You'll be looking for it.
Yeah,
I love
I'll
it.
have an excellent LinkedIn, it's going to be great.
Does it ever freak you out to think that your daughter might not ever drive a car?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they'll just be like...
I was talking to someone today about this. Once we start getting into space exploration, do planes just go away? Because then do we just fly up and then we just get dropped in China or something at that point? I watched all this stuff on Blue Origin the other day, how they're launching. So
that'd be cool.
So that was a movie I saw, Looper. He just jumped through. Well, that's not planes.
I mean, Elon's probably working on that.
Yeah,
it's already there.
Who knows? Jump through time portals. Yeah, so I think that's amazing how you're staying open to opportunities, and kind of leaning into who you are. I'm really, as you were talking, I was picturing you in an interview, and interviewing you. And if I'm interviewing you, and especially if it's a serious role, I'm trying to throw everything I can at you to see if I can rattle you.
Yeah.
But the way you're designed, the way that you respond quickly to things, that you give original answers, that you're not afraid to say the wrong thing and be yourself. I'm looking at all these pieces coming together. You can focus on the answer and the problem, and you're not drifting from topic to topic to topic. You're going to circle back around. You've done that in this interview several times. Like, you fielded a question and you started talking, and then you brought it back around yourself. So that's part of your extreme focus. And so if I'm interviewing you, I'm thinking, man, this guy, we throw everything at him, and he had a great poised answer for all of it. And so that gives me confidence that it's like, man, this is someone we can trust with big situations that are going to come at them left and right. So I don't know. I see that. Yeah.
In a new emerging career, or with these new innovative ideas, somebody who can bring clarity and diffuse stressful situations, I think is a godsend.
Yeah, I think when you're looking, you're scanning the horizon for what's that thing, because I hear that kind of philanthropic, what do I want to build and give back, and how am I going to make my mark kind of deal.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that's not an easy solution. It's going to be something with complexity, with that other people are afraid to touch, and you're going to look at it through a different lens and embrace it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out with you. I think there's so much that those listening and watching can gain from this conversation. But if you're listening and you're thinking, man, Chris sounds so confident. I just don't know if I have his level of confidence. I think you would say, and I'll let you respond to this too, but I think you would say that confidence comes with doing, and you just gotta do. And there's still things that you're getting thrown that you're like, oh my God, I don't know if how am I going to figure this one out? But you just buckle down and do it, right?
Yeah. No, you hit it right on the head. You go all in, you get in the weeds, you figure it out, and you're with your troops. You really get in there, and then you learn. You learn the crap of it all, right? You figure out what's broken and you fix it. But I think, back to, we're talking about interviewing and all these things. One of the things I really hone on is I find these little tools that unlock something inside of me, and I'll explain what. When I am met with a difficult situation, I have a 3-step thing I have in my mind. So whenever I'm met with an interview question of some sort, I meet it with, what's the target clarity I'm trying to accomplish here? You've hit it on it multiple times, right? Which is basically, what am I trying to achieve here? And then I move to step 2, which is remove the constraint, right? Figure out what is that's holding me back from that target. And then lastly, I just circle back and coach myself on, what was the target clarity? What did you just remove? You're good. And then you keep moving on. And you can apply that to so many sections of business, and whatever you do, whatever you build, your jump shot, right? What am I trying to accomplish here? Let's remove whatever's getting in the way here. And then
it's you.
Yeah, it's you.
It's the ball, man.
Yeah, it was a terrible
example. It's the
example.
ball. There's not enough air in it. Playing on those double rims in the schoolyard. It's not all on me. You have any closing wisdom you want to drop on us, Zach? Your jump shot's more broken than mine.
But his energy doesn't stop. I mean, that guy just runs
That's
up
it.
and down.
Yeah,
the
just
court.
run. That's I played to my strengths, all right?
Yeah.
And I can run.
Yeah, I can't look down and wipe the sweat off my, forehead without seeing you've already gone by me. You got speed, man.
Yeah.
Those Hulk-like calves.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, you got ideas for future episodes, and you want to talk to Chris one-on-one. I'm sure Chris would be happy to reach out to you. In fact, we were going to let him throw out his cell phone number on this episode. But
I have it. We can.
do you want to? Oh yeah, hit us up. We'll connect you with Chris. You'll love getting to talk to him. What are you looking up? You looking up his cell? Let's do it.
Chris's cell phone number.
Let's do it. Let's blow it up. You're slower than me here.
I have so many wrong contact. Hold on.
Just wait a second.
How do you?
folks.
Oh, here it is.
Wait a second.
5 1 2
2.
865
865
0878.
0878. There it is. Woo! All right.
Leave all the voicemails you need.
Yeah. I'll be waiting. All hours of the night, he'll be there to answer your call. Ignore
right.
the voicemail that says Tyler. That's his middle name. That's Chris.
This is too much fun sometimes. All right. And seriously, dude, thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you guys for watching and listening.